Hello YouTube and welcome to Full Dottle, a channel dedicated to tamping topics such as pipes, tobacco, lore, and more. I am your host, the Bearded Briarman, and without further ado, let's get lit. Welcome back, everyone. And on this episode of Full Dottle, I'm going to be telling you the two people that I have chosen to send my the brand new blend that I just created, and tell you a little bit about what's going on, why I didn't do a review last week or a first impression. But first, a little housekeeping. I am smoking my 7LE 673 KS Rusticated. This is the Tortuga. And in it, I've got some Full Dottle Original Blend number 3. This is Barking Squirrel. All right, so I generally do a first impression on one Thursday, and then I'll do the full review the following Thursday after having experimented and kind of analyzed the blend for a full week. But recently, April got sick, and just because of our proximity, I got sick. The COVID test that came back negative, so it just seems like it's just a cold. Really, the only thing that I have had from it is a loss of not a loss completely, but my taste is all funky and my smell is all funky, just like with any cold, and I've got some head congestion. That's really it. Nothing else besides that, no difficulty breathing or anything like that. As I said, the COVID tests, all 3 of them came back negative. So as far as we know, it's not that. We think it's just that time of year and we got sick. I very rarely get sick. I got sick in February of this year. It was the sickest I have ever been in my entire life. To be quite honest with you, I think that it was COVID. That was around the time that it started to pop off. And I just have a feeling that it was COVID back in February, because I almost went to the emergency room because I could not breathe. I was very tired. I couldn't keep myself awake. I was sleeping almost all day, all night. I don't remember anything about my taste or anything because I was sleeping so much that I didn't eat or drink or anything. But I thought that it was probably the flu. And then fast forward, I don't get sick until just recently. I got this, whatever April had. She gave it to me, and like I said, it's minor congestion, and that's really about it, other than everything tastes funky. I can still taste very sweet stuff, and just normal colds, how you get that real funky taste. That's what I've got. So I didn't do a first impression video, and I won't be doing a review video this Thursday, just because I can't taste the tobacco and with the deeper analysis like I usually do. I don't want to do it if I can't do it properly. So aside from that, I really only had 2 people that expressed any interest in the Full Dottle Original Blend Barking Squirrel. In the video, the very end video where where I named it, it was the last video of the blending series for blend number 3. I told anybody that was interested in trying it to put in the comments, I'd like to try it, and there were really only 2 people. Burley Nut Bob expressed interest to me privately, and Picking and Piping. After I asked them if they were in the United States, they said that they would be interested in trying it. So I'm going to send it to those 2 people, Burley Nut Bob and Picking and Piping. If you could please email me at fulldottle@gmail.com, and I will get your mailing address privately. That way I can send a sample to you. It'll be a 6-gram sample, which, in my estimation, And from my experience with a 673, comes out to about a little over 3 bowls. So it should be enough to let you see what it's like. And if you'd like to, I will also have the recipe on a card for you, and you can make it yourself. There were a couple of other people, I think Howard Margulis, Ohm Howard, and Peter Piper Truelight. I'm going to send it to you guys as well, but we had already discussed that prior to making the video, and so it was something that we had already negotiated. So aside from that, though, there were only 2 that really expressed interest, and that was Picking and Piping and Burley Nut Bob. So if you guys could email me to send me your mailing address, I'll get that sent out to you as soon as possible. To the other people that we had talked to, done some exchanges, whatever the case may be, I will get yours mailed out as soon as possible. Tomorrow, I will go and actually mail those out. I'm going to type up a letter on some of the flavor profiles that I have in the blend. And I'm also going to write down the recipe on some index cards. That way, if you choose to be able to recreate it for yourself, you'll know the recipe and you can do it. The tobaccos that I have already blended, and I had put them in the Mylar bags and heat sealed them, so they are completely sealed. I did this almost a week before I had ever came down with this cold, so you don't have anything to worry about there. Like I said, they're in Mylar bags and they are heat sealed, so they are completely sealed off. And I did that I'm pretty sure I did it the same day or a few days before the upload of the video of the last one. And I didn't know who I was going to send it to, but I took 5, I think, samples aside from Jojo Piper. I put his aside as well, but I had 5 besides that I put aside, and I heat sealed them, so you don't have to worry about any of that. The tobacco that is in there was never contaminated with anything. Other than that, don't have a lot of stuff going on around the house. It's just another day, another dollar. I will say that this blend is pretty strong. So for those of you that try it, like I said, you don't have to do a VR if you don't want to. If you want to, go for it. But it is a strong blend because Jojo Piper likes his tobacco strong. It has a very high burley content, so that bite will be present, and the rustica is such an amazing component. So just expect that. But other than that, it's a really good blend. It's got a lot of sweetness to it that you just aren't going to expect it, but it's there. So I hope you do like it. That's really it. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday. This year I didn't really do anything. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. Once April and I are married and we have our family and all of that stuff, I obviously will do whatever they do. But my family has never been a big Thanksgiving type thing. It's to us, growing up, my parents always just went out in the woods and hunted. Wasn't a big family gathering type thing for me. So we don't really do Thanksgiving, and to me it's just another day. But I hope your holidays were great and you were able to gather with friends and family however you chose to do that. Aside from that, that's going to do it for this episode of Full Dottle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And until the next time we see each other, I bid you farewell and happy piping. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to enlist in the Full Dottle platoon. It's easy. Just click the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload the next episode.